Did you say the tornado's gonna rip his toupee off?
His roof off.
Oh.
Yeah, we have some tornado difficulties today, folks. Welcome to the Foolish Tech
Michael
Show. This is Michael with Brantley,
definitely
Matthew
doesn't.
Are
Proctor,
you sure you're live
Johnny.
yet?
I don't know.
Are you rambling?
What?
Thank you for tuning in for Michael's last words.
I just was okay.
Before the tornado takes you away.
Don't get blown away with excitement, Tank.
To my right and to my left are Nick and Matthew, and beneath me are Brantley and Johnny and Tank, our tank commander. You can join us on our live chat at foolishit.com/live or foolishtechshow.com. There's a real quick link to an IRC chat with us there, or you can open up a new window, or you can just use your own IRC client to connect to us if you chose to do that. Make it really easy, and we're here to primarily help our customers out there. Anybody that's used our software, or anybody that has a question about our software, we're here for you. So if we'll consider that a priority, and any time you want to, just interrupt us, because otherwise we'll just do some general tech chat, talk about some tech news in general, and possibly provide a little bit of entertainment over that is sometimes debatable, depending upon who you ask. I'm scared. I'm scared today because of the numerous tornado warnings that I've received. And my family each member of my family conveniently forwarded the same warning to me, even though we all have the same phones and got the same message. But I just thought that was cute. They're great, though. I love my family, and just want to make sure.
And you refused to talk to them during an emergency. Basically.
Oh, no, they're fun. I was following their conversation.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. We had to jump onto you to respond to them with like a thing that would better help them prepare.
They're gonna jump
actually
on
information you had actually that they didn't. You knew that because you were seeing all of their texts.
I'm a horrible person, and I care nothing about my family. But at any rate, I heard it here first. Jesus, that sounds awful, Johnny. But you were breaking up there a lot. But at any rate,
cares nothing about his parents.
If the internet goes out because of the
tornado,
the show is going to end. And I just wanted to warn everyone about that. They don't need to know anything about my personal life. But
where is this tornado warning?
Just in case the internet does go out, Michael, where should we send the first responders to help you out?
Just
flowers.
Just tell them to flag me down on I-95 in eastern North Carolina. I'll be walking on the highway.
He'll be the crazy person.
I'll be the crazy person walking on the highway.
RTM text, you could have said you could yelled out your window to your parents.
If I could hear them above the storm, it's very loud outside right now, so I don't believe that they would be able to hear me. Considering I can't hear the dogs when they're barking now because the storm is so loud. But
are your dogs outside?
Yeah, it's warm. I mean, the weather's warm. I mean, it's a warm day.
They're outside.
You piece of shit.
Man, Toto's going. He ain't gonna be in Kansas anymore.
No, I did. They're inside. I'm just joking. They're inside. They were out for a while. They went out for when the rain let up a little bit earlier, very briefly for only a few minutes. I let them out and they did their business, and then they came back in. So yeah. But the construction site next door to my house. Oh shoot, that's probably not good to tell anybody. But it's the foundation is like a pool. It's kind of funny. I was gonna go over and put some fish in it and see if they noticed.
The dogs are on a chain. They're not going anywhere.
Hey, Phoenix. Hey, so if anyone wants to check out the storm that Michael's currently experiencing,
we're having a storm sale.
There's a
Keep it up,
There's-
Michael. Here it comes.
There's a link for a storm chaser map that Glenn, one of our fellow IRC mates here, posted, and actually that red box that's around Greenville is actually encompassing Michael's house right now. And you can see the live stream from
Stop.
I'm serious, there's a big red box around your house. That means it's dangerous.
Yeah, go outside,
Yeah,
dude.
there is.
SNS storm chasing is right around there. He looks like he's a little bit north of Michael's location.
Yep. Looks like I'm just in a yellow box.
Yeah. You got Dan Murray
Michael,
looking out for you, though.
you better seek some cover.
Oh, the wind's picking up here.
That's what his family was trying to warn him about. But
It's picking up here too. I'm in the yellow box. Same one as Proctor.
It's pretty cool though, that site. You can just click on those people and get a live stream of what they're seeing. So if they're in a red box, you might want to check that one out because they may be heading towards
next time you're communicating with someone who just suddenly drops, and you can check it out, see if they're really pissed at you or there may be a storm in the area.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on SNS storm chasers. We've relayed his address to him, or Michael's address to him, so he may make a U-turn and head back over to him. You may see Michael's house on his storm chasing stream. In other news, Michael, I think you would be really
What's
interested in this.
My mojo is losing. No.
Quit playing with your
Yeah,
settings.
that's how Michael J. Fox faded away in the Back to the Future pictures.
Yeah. Now you're just a lish. Michael, you might be interested in that article I just posted. It's about setting up a 10 gigabit network in your home. $70. You don't need a switch. You just hook them together.
You just took them together?
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have two cards in two systems, and you just link those two cards together, and they'll transfer at 10 gigabits per second.
yeah. I mean, but there's a reason why we don't do that. Sort of why we prefer a more star-like topology with our networks.
But if you have a
to
media
provide-
server set up and you want to use your main computer to host everything, it's a perfect setup. You would only need a direct.
I mean, yeah, you're right. For certain situations, I think that would be excellent. Yeah, let me look into that. Thank you. I gotta open up my other chat window. I forgot. Okay, oh, and I'm not gonna see any of the links in this chat window.
Michael, your hat is SHIT again.
Yeah. And now you're a fool.
And
Just
now your
quit
face
playing
looks like
with it.
John. Or Nick.
It's not interesting, and it's not fun. And it's not hiding your privacy any, because they can just go back and look at a previous episode and see your face.
Dark. I need to turn on my light. Maybe that'll help.
I repasted the link so you can see it now.
Maybe that works. I don't know.
Another interesting news article, some researchers set up 3 hotspots in an airport just to see how cautious people are about just connecting to any public Wi-Fi. And apparently they had more than 2,000 users recklessly connect to their Wi-Fi hotspots. And they even did some data capture just to show how easy it is for people to monitor what you're doing and how you're doing it on public networks. So definitely use something like a VPN if you do have to use a Wi-Fi network, and always turn your Wi-Fi off if you're not using it. Make sure you know what you're connecting to. Never save open networks in your list.
That brings up another point with Windows 10, and I advise everyone to customize when they just want to breeze through and say, oh, just let us, we'll pick all the good settings for you and just click next, at that point when there's that little tiny blue customized link, that's the one you want to click on and adjust those things, because by default, Windows 10 will just connect to any access point. Okay, it will just automatically jump you on board to get you connected to the internet at any cost, basically. And
Actually,
if your friends promoting access points or related to any of your friends, so if somebody else gets compromised at one, will automatically be trusted. So it's very, you need to. I turn those things off, and I would suggest everyone else does that as well. However, at least be aware of it to understand what it's going to be doing and take the appropriate steps if necessary to manually disable your Wi-Fi.
So what Michael is talking about is and it's not even one of those options that they give you on the customize when you're setting up Windows, but once you do have Windows set up, you go into your settings, network and internet, and then go into advanced options.
When they put out the November update, Brantley, they did. When they put out the November update, they did. There is now a customized link that you can alter it during the installation directly, but it's questionable whether or not any of those settings actually do as much as they claim to do telemetry-wise. But that's sort of a separate discussion. Go ahead, though. Otherwise,
you want to go into settings, network and internet, and then manage Wi-Fi settings. And turn off connect to suggested open hotspots and connect to networks shared by my contacts.
Exactly. Those are the exact two options I was referring to when I was mentioning those things. Yes. Excellent.
And then there's a new one, looks like, that they've added recently that says paid Wi-Fi services. Get online when you're on the go by buying Wi-Fi. When turned on, Windows will temporarily connect to open hotspots that aren't secure to see if its paid Wi-Fi is available. So turn that off too. You'll also want to manage your known networks, which, looking at it, it does look like they sync amongst all your Windows 10 devices.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to forget any network that is a public or unsecured one that you've previously connected to.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep those things in mind and check those settings out. Definitely worthwhile. And apparently it's worthwhile going back and checking every now and often, because they just add features in like that.
And whenever you connect to a network, certainly don't trust it. An open Wi-Fi hotspot should be considered a public network, and there should be, firewall should be set to protect you at that point. Keep that in mind. Definitely, you don't want to consider these open Wi-Fi hotspots a trusted network in any way, shape, or form.
Phoenix asked where everyone is today, and we're all here, but I know Glenn's probably asleep since it's 4 a.m. his time. Zombie Worm is probably in dinner time at this time in his GMT. And I'm not sure where everybody else is, but we got Phoenix and RTM Tech, so we're here for you. And yes, Phoenix, definitely use a VPN for even your secure connections when you get on your friend's network. You never know what they may be monitoring or checking out or looking at. So definitely very good to stay secure. This actually flows right into another link that RTM Tech brought up, and he thought it looked interesting. And I'm not sure if we have covered it before or not, but we'll go ahead and cover it again because it has come up. Basically, Anonabox is a small router, and what they're claiming is it anonymizes and connects you to VPNs automatically, so you don't have to worry about the security of your connection. The issue with this, and my issue with it, is when I looked around on their site, there's not a lot of documentation about what it's actually doing, how it's actually working, or what kind of steps it's using to make sure that you're anonymous and protected, other than it says it uses Tor and VPN, and it automatically, it appears, configures your connection as soon as you connect it to your computer to route everything through Tor and your VPN. My biggest concern with that is not telling you how all of that works, not being able to see a step-by-step guide on how it's actually routing your traffic and making you anonymous, and what those anonymous issues still are, because just going through Tor doesn't make you anonymous. Just going through a VPN doesn't make you anonymous. There's all kinds of things that can be linked back to you. They don't advise you not to use any of your personal stuff while you're trying to be anonymous. That's another big issue. And this applies for anyone trying to be anonymous in any route, with or without this box, is if you're connecting to Tor, you're doing something you don't want to be tracked back to, and then you connect to your Gmail and that same connection, bam, they got a connection between you right there. So and Phoenix says he uses these guys for his VPN and also as a seed box, and posted feralhosting.com. Where are they located? Because I would probably get a seed box in the Netherlands if I was looking to get a seed box. Looking at that link to see if we can see where they are. Oh, they are in the Netherlands. Awesome. So yeah, that's one of the places that cares the most about your privacy and security. Although I don't have the link right offhand. Maybe Michael has seen it or has it pulled up already. That the German authorities have apparently been given permission by the government to use Trojans to track citizens. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah. I didn't read the whole story. I just read the brief about it. But can you enlighten us more on that? I don't have the article though, unfortunately. I think I lost it.
I'm trying to see if I can search it real quick.
In the interim, I was wondering if anybody had heard about that large meteor that happened to happen that I didn't hear anything at all about. Just FYI. And of course, we were talking about fast Wi-Fi speeds and things with distance and higher frequencies and stuff like that. But since this was actually a that's not good. This is actually that's a horrible link. That's actually a demonstration of it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, in that article about the asteroid, nobody heard about it, and then it hit off the coast of Brazil, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And
didn't cause any
like
damage.
15,000
tons of TNT, like 15 kilotons,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. It was the largest since that one shot over Russia.
Yeah, is that the one that they originally had that X-Files, the original X-Files episode on, not the 10th season?
I think that was it was fairly recent, because all the Russians had their dash cams recording.
Yeah, that's right. So this wasn't the one that leveled the forest back in a long while ago, back in the I don't know, the 1800s or something. Was it the 1800s? I can't remember. What's the name of it? Somebody help me out here. I know you guys listening can help.
Relevance check. What the F?
Yeah, what is Michael talking about? Who knows? RTM Tech also posted.
Yes, there we go.
And no one cares. RTM Tech also posted this link about radar tips, and basically it applies not only to people with airplanes, but if storm chasers, he said to replace anything that said avoid with head towards. So I think that is also what he's talking about with radar echoes being an issue. So some of the radar images you may get may not actually be accurate.
By the way, the Tunguska event was estimated to be 30 megatons of TNT, not kilotons, megatons. It leveled 770 square miles of forest. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
RTM Tech also posted this a day or two ago about there's more indication that the solar system and universe may be centered around the sun. Or was that how he said it? Or no, a different perspective on a sun-centered solar system. I didn't actually watch that YouTube video yet. I have it in my wings to be watched.
Did you hear, Brantley, the cross-site scripting vulnerability? So Cloudflare, did we use Cloudflare? No. Discovered that 1,000 of the top 1 million websites, including a lot of Bitcoin holding and trading sites, are running default settings that typically enable those types of attacks. So just be careful. And just because they're potentially
do partially use Cloudflare.
Mm-hmm. And Cloudflare is not relevant to this, other than that they were the one who discovered that this flaw existed in as many top sites as I just mentioned, 1,000 of the top 1 million websites.
Did you look and see if our site is affected?
Let me see if they have that data. I don't think they offer the data straight up like that.
Don't check and see if they mentioned our site is relevant. I'm saying, did you actually look at what the vulnerability is and see if our site...
not yet. No, not yet.
I mean, you might as well go ahead and check and see if they listed it, so we know that we're on the list of attack there, apparently.
I'll check it.
You people are silly.
So there's a interesting. Oh shoot! I posted.
What do they do? What do they do? It's just oh yeah, the CDN thing. Yeah, we actually we're not doing that with them anymore. FYI, we're still using them for DNS because they actually have a lot of nice features about blocking crap like that, like what he's talking about. Maybe because they've discovered this. Didn't he say that they were the ones that figured this out?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be applying this protection. I noticed actually in the control panel that there was something new that was enabled that I had never enabled before.
That's good.
When I was doing a lot of work in there recently, actually getting us off the CDN and everything else.
This looks like they're spoofing. He gives this is they have an example script here, curl script that could exploit this or demonstrate it, but I'm a little unclear what I'm looking at. It looks like they're redirecting abcnews.go.com. They're redirecting it to abcnews.go.com.ej.cx. So what they're saying is that because of a Okay, so they have like a star or
Is
something
it
like
an
that.
attack
like
on
a
the
slash.
website, the CDN, or the DNS?
Yeah, they have it like a slash star in it, and I think it's JavaScript. Okay, so it's on the domain access.
I mean, the website itself. What is it?
It's the website itself.
It's an attack on the website itself. That.
The part of the posted the article in the Hex chat. You can look at it. But it looks like it.
Why am I all down?
Okay.
I need to see my mean face.
Mighty bright and sunny where you are, though.
I'm not really clear. I understand this.
No tornadoes there.
Oh, I ain't seen one.
Hey, while Michael figures out how to internet, here's an interview of a 110-year-old woman who I believe if she had ever seen the meme would have probably just responded to this interviewer like, ain't nobody got time for that. She is very disdained. But she did give a good reason why she lived so long, is that she doesn't fight it, she just lives it. So that's a good way to live. Don't fight it, just live it.
So, okay, it's the specific settings, the access control allow origin : star, if that's apparently enabled. I don't really clear where, but on the...
You spoke up about something you still have no idea about. I see words bolded.
Exactly.
Repeat them out loud.
Yes, exactly. No, but in other words, that's just, I don't do website setups, web hosting stuff. So I don't know, but apparently there's a setting, your web server or something like that, that relates to that.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. We'll be easily able to track that down now. Everybody else will be able to as well.
Thank you for playing.
Yes, very valuable information you've given us. This is an awesome video of someone skiing in the Alps. It's definitely pre-planned, and they have some really weird intro for it about the government, like they're trying to track him down. It's definitely not that, but awesome tricks they do, and some pretty interesting setups that they have on the Alps for skiing. My two favorite parts were when he went into the tunnel. Like there's a tunnel that he comes out and flips back into another tunnel. That was pretty awesome. And then he does a flip over a landed helicopter. That's pretty awesome. So check that video out if you're interested. And Michael was talking about the using light for Wi-Fi. But apparently there's some other research about passive Wi-Fi, which is low-powered Wi-Fi transmission, and I believe it gets you a lot further range or a lot more ability with it, and it's supposed to be nicer, so could be some interesting things come of that abstract paper they got there. It has pretty pictures, so that's nice. And Phoenix, now he is heading back towards Michael's house.
What, the tornado? Who?
The tornado watcher. But it looks like the storm's almost past your area, so he's going to keep going north with the storm. So no tornado for Michael. His roof won't get ripped off.
And it went, yeah, it's quieted down quite a bit in the past few minutes, by the way.
His tree trunk will still be under his house.
Did you ever get the article to the German police thing?
I did. I posted it.
Okay, good, because I found it.
Yeah, I did think the passive Wi-Fi was rather interesting. That's a rather detailed article or paper about it, so I think some interesting things could come about it. Yep, he's not going to Kansas today.
Was I supposed to go to Kansas? What?
Yeah, if you had the tornado lift you off.
Oh,
So I was looking into some honeypot stuff again recently, and I found this program, Open Canary, which claims you can set it up in less than 3 minutes and have a couple configurations for a honeypot on your network. And their primary focus there is getting you an alert when it does get attacked. So pretty interesting there. Plus, I found another site that, or GitHub repo actually, that just lists a bunch of awesome honeypot projects. And one I saw on there that was, it's an awesome name. I really like this name, Honeypot Pie. And that's it's a script to turn your Raspberry Pi into a honeypot pie. And are you gonna open that on the show prompter?
Sorry about that.
It's like popping bubble wrap. Don't mind me. Pop, 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 pop.
I'd like some of that when you're done, please.
All right, where would you like me to ship it to?
Yeah.
It was kind of like you're opening a bag of chips and then you're just gonna crunch it really slowly.
Yeah, I was trying not to make noise, and I think that made it worse.
Yeah. But anyway, that page actually got me on to checking out some other articles on setting up your honeypot for Raspberry Pis, because I mean that would be a really cheap alternative to set up a couple honeypots on your network. And the more honeypots you have on the network, the more likely somebody's going to bump into it and alert you to nefarious activities. So there's a couple of projects. I know RTM Tech, or not RTM Tech, sorry, but when Zombie Worm watches this later, he'll appreciate the Raspberry Pi project he could have now. I wonder if Zombie Worm is setting up a Raspberry Pi for each of these projects we're coming to him with. Zombie Worm has like 50 Raspberry Pis at his house now, each doing its own thing. Proctor, did you ever set up that webcam thing on yours?
No, I haven't had time.
Wi-Fi OS or Spy OS or something like that.
Australia's voting against encryption based upon what the FBI and the Apple CIA, the Apple FBI case recently, just the stuff that we were talking about. What? The whole country?
Glenn's fault.
The whole country is against encryption now?
Well, let's go ahead and undermine that a little with the fact that Australians apparently do blackface a whole lot.
What? That's horrible.
Yeah, there's actually a BBC article entitled, "Why Do Australians Keep Wearing Blackface?"
Oh, God.
That one's right there.
Oh. I wish there were a representative of Australia here today to elaborate on some of these claims.
Yeah, well, there's a big picture on the front page of that article of "Keep Calm and Be Serena," Serena Williams, tennis player, and she has applied blackface with a striking yellow skin tone. I'm not sure if she's going for the Simpsons to blackface or what the point of that was. I guess black and yellow is Serena's colors, maybe.
It's so hard to believe we're talking about this in 2016.
Black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, so.
That's so disappointing. I'll definitely have something to say to Glenn.
You don't have to label all Australians like that. It doesn't mean that Glenn is.
Both major political parties in Australia, so that pretty much covers everybody's political thinking. It's like saying all the Democrats and all the Republicans in the United States did this, but everyone else didn't.
Michael, did you test the defs?
No, not yet, not completed yet. But I'm working.
Just checking.
But so, Michael, you're saying if all the Republicans and Democrats do something, that means everyone in America believes in that?
Not that they believe in it, but that they're.
Or that they're for it?
Well, they if somebody gets up on the screen and says, "Hey, this is what all Republicans believe in," all Republicans will jump up and say, "Yes, that's what we do believe in." And if everyone gets up on the screen of the Democrats, they'll do the same thing. I mean, it's how
Did they do that on a screen?
Huh?
Did they do that on a screen?
Absolutely. It's all a popularity contest these days. They blew up blinking lights and said, "Hey, you're a winner."
Well, I just want to go ahead and throw out there that I am not affiliated anything that the Republicans or Democrats agree on. So don't lump me in with them. You can lump Michael in, apparently.
You're like 1% of the nation, maybe. I'm not even sure if that might be optimistic, actually.
I bet it's way more than that.
Yeah.
So I know I speak highly of ASUS routers, and I actually have one. But apparently the FTC is taking aim at them for their router security. And you can check that out there. Yeah, RTM Tech. Political alerts, political alerts. Thanks, Michael, for bringing politics into it. But yeah, so apparently ASUS has had some really bad hits, and this was last year. The FTC is just now getting on them about it. But some of their security practices were really bad, especially with attaching drives to the routers to share and their access for their login pages and things. But I have mine behind internet gateway, so it's not accessible from the outside. The only way they'd be able to access it is going through Wi-Fi, and that's using WPA2 AES with very secure password. So I don't have too much to worry about from that end of things, but if anybody does have an ASUS router, and apparently they're just putting them on the list to let router people know that they need to pay attention or they're going to get in trouble. So hopefully other companies will follow along and not fall into the same suit. Also in the news, if anyone has been touring Walking Dead, apparently the second most downloaded show on television, second only to Game of Thrones, which starts up in 2 months, I think, April. They are doing extremely well with their DMCA takedown notices, and their episodes are disappearing from the torrent sites within a week of them having been posted. So if you are torrenting, torrent fast. And seed often so others can torrent as fast.
And seed often. That's horrible.
Hey, how many of y'all knew that Burger King sold hot dogs?
No.
I did not.
Yeah, so we actually we got a hot dog for Destiny, and this article looks into it, and they go over the interesting take that they're doing on that, because they are obviously, hot dogs are not the healthy alternative that most of the companies are all aiming towards and going for now. But they are Oscar Mayer hot dogs, so it's not like they're some off-brand, no-name hot dog, at least. And interesting, on that article, it has a Burger King training video about grilled dogs featuring Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg is training Burger King employees on handling their hot dogs. So I thought that was probably the best thing I read.
Do you have a link for? Can we view this somehow?
Well, we can't watch it since it's a YouTube video. But that article I just posted has the video there. And I'll post the direct YouTube link for those that want to go to just that and don't want to read. If I can, apparently YouTube is not liking this.
Imagine that.
Yeah, apparently they embedded it really weird, or my Chrome is just acting dumb. So let me go to YouTube and search for this title name. There we go. So here is the direct link to YouTube for Snoop Dogg training Burger King employees about their new hot dogs. And if we could show it, we would show it, but we can't. I will note that when we ordered the hot dog, we knew we were getting it for Destiny. So we said, we want just a plain hot dog. And we actually decided to add it on once we got up to the register. So we were like, hey, can we add on a hot dog? And we just want it plain. And the lady was like, you just want it plain? And we were like, yeah. And she was like, you don't want any chili? No. You don't want any cheese? No. You don't want nothing on it? No. It was like, she was almost implying that we were not going to like the taste of this hot dog without having something extra covering up the taste of the hot dog. So to what point we...
that's pretty much an Oscar Mayer hot dog.
Yeah. We pretty much were like, well, actually, we just want the hot dog. We don't even want the bun. We're just going to give it to the dog, so... Hey, and Ryan has joined us. And Zombie Worm has joined us. Yeah. Zombie Worm, you missed all the Raspberry Pi stuff. You're going to have to wait until I post it for you, so... You'll see it later. But Possibly you joined when I posted the link about Snoop Dogg training Burger King employees on how to handle hot dogs. So, anybody got anything else interesting they want to talk about?
Involved in testing right now.
Coding. Sorry.
Get some more news sites. Start to talk.
Well, what I'm making Michael tests and I'm coding on the implementation of something that's going to expand the definition set for crypto prevent, even V7, V8, and actually the current defunct as well. Well, actually, no, it won't really benefit.
It would benefit defunct. The current defunct. It uses those definitions.
Well, it uses the MD5s. But,
I don't know if
a lot of the newer stuff I'm getting isn't part of that. I don't know if it does. It should. I mean, if it doesn't, I can enable it actually. Of course, it's still a can of worms.
Whole cans of worms. So what else we got out there besides zombie worm pouting and leaving? But not really leaving. He was upset that he missed the Raspberry Pi talks.
Oh.
But you'll get to see him later. So don't worry. Be happy.
Yes. Anything?
Yep.
Did you get my
Anyone? Text? Yes. Ryan wants to know if anyone get any new guns. Nope.
Not recently.
Yep.
Wherever.
I've been wanting to get I've been wanting to get a handgun, but I don't want to invest in it just yet. And yes, Zombie Worm, it is a conspiracy. D7X is not out yet. Oh, and that's what Phoenix was saying, the new guns. That will be a nice new gun to fight against malware.
Yes.
It'll be like the BFG in popular video games.
BFG.
Yeah. D7X BFG edition. Ryan, you're into guns and you don't know what BFG stands for?
What?
It's not that complicated.
Here. There's
G is for gun.
There's an entire Wikipedia article on it. Haha. Sneaky, sneaky. We're not going to say it. It is from Doom. Is the first game that it appeared in.
That was awesome, God. I think it was the only game I ever played that actually had that. I mean, I didn't really play a lot of the.
Brian, you can say it out loud if you want. You can
Not
scream
after
it.
like Doom.
Do what?
For Wolfenstein, the new one, the Return to Castle Wolf. I played that one right there. That was probably the last one I played. That was kind of.
I wasn't that impressed with Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
It's kind of scary, actually. There's one of the whole underworld bits. I was like, "Ooh, that thing should die." That's not right.
I had finished Far Cry 4 finally, and it really made me want to go back and play 3 and 2 again, because I never really gave 3 or 2 the full chances they deserved, but Far Cry 4 was awesome. Highly recommend that game if anyone likes open world. Do whatever you want while things do crazy things around you. Like, I'd just be running through the jungle and like I would come up upon 2 bears, and instead of attacking me, the 2 bears would fight each other to the death. And then I would throw a grenade at the live bear. And then the live bear would blow up in the sky and catch its fur on fire. RTM Tech purchased a death ray gun from Marvin the Martian. Awesome. Had the serial number filed off. I would not expect anything different from Marvin the Martian. And Ryan is going to head out of town tomorrow to Indiana. Indiana's a okay, cool place to go. What are you going to Indiana for? What?
Have you ever been to Indiana?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Driven through Indiana. It's not somewhere that I stayed for a long time. Why do you ask?
Why do I ask?
Yeah.
Just curious.
I actually had to go through Indiana to get from Chicago to Cleveland. And also when I was coming from Colorado to North Carolina, I went through the southern part of Indiana.
What?
Louisville, Indiana.
I think Indiana's pretty.
It's okay.
I think it's pretty.
All right. I didn't really think it was much different from Illinois or Ohio.
He's going to his grandma's funeral.
Come on, Phil, the Illinois.
Oh, that's sad. Vintage stuff. Ryan would have lasered off the death ray gun's serial number himself. I don't think I've been to Indianapolis, so maybe that's where I'm missing out.
Illinois?
What?
Especially since us Indiana boys know how to say Illinois.
Illinois.
How would you guys pronounce it? It's Illinois.
I know, I call it Illinois.
That's so wrong.
Illinois.
Like people mispronouncing Mackinac.
How would you mispronounce that?
Mackinac.
Mackinac? That does sound more right.
More right. Listen to you.
Speaking of which, there's actually a poem about English pronunciation. Here you go. You can read it aloud. If you can say
I have never
every
been to the
word,
bridge.
she is not. She's very sad about
No,
that too.
I lived in Michigan from the age of 7 until I turned 21, and I've never been to the bridge.
She's been under the bridge.
Yes, I have.
Michael, can you read that poem out
Well,
loud
I
for us?
told somebody that I grew up
The
living
poem.
under a bridge.
That poem, Brantley. Okay.
Yeah, I posted a
It's a
poem,
it's a
chaos.html.
it's a
Okay.
poem.
Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, corpse, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear and I, your dress will tear. Tear and I, your dress will tear. So shall I.
You
Oh,
failed
hear my
English.
prayer. Just compare art, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word, sword and sword, retain in Britain. Oh God, that's hard. Mind
Do
the
it,
latter,
Ryan.
how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plague and argue. Argue. Oh God. But
What are you
be
doing?
careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe. Good Lord. Hear me say, devoid of trickery, daughter, laughter, and terpsichord, typhoid, measles, topsails, isles, exiles, similes, and reviles. Oh, they're trying so hard, scholar, vicar, cigar, solar, mica, warfare, one, an enemy. Oh, an enemy. Balmoral,
Been on
kitchen,
the
lichen,
bridge?
laundry, laurel, Gertrude, German, wind, and mine, scene, melpomene, mankind. What the hell is melpomene? Um, Billet, billet,
I don't know, but you probably
I
billet
didn't
does
haven't
not,
pronounce it right.
billet does not rhyme. Billet does
Northern
not
Lights.
rhyme with ballet. Bouquet, wallet, mallet, chalet. Blood and flood are not like food, nor is mold like should and would.
Yes, the
Viscous, viscount,
Aurora Boreal.
load and broad toward to forward to reward, and your pronunciation's okay when you correctly say croquet, rounded, wounded, grieve, and sieve. Sorry. Friend and fiend,
Are
alive
you
and live.
still reading that,
Oh God,
Yeah,
it's
Michael?
so long.
it's
I gotta stop. I
apparently
gotta stop.
very
Yeah.
I gotta
long.
stop. I gotta
You've
stop.
already messed up, so you don't know English, though.
Dude, they're
That's the point.
deliberately trying to mess you up with some of those words.
Yeah, that's the point of the
Click
poem.
on the picture Ryan posted.
That is a cool
That's
picture.
that's the Mackinac Bridge. See how it could be pronounced Mackinac?
It does sound more right.
It's
Right, it's writer,
not
Brantley. It's
more
writer.
It's righter.
Righther.
It's,
You're
it's
absolutely
not.
righter about that.
Couldn't be more correct. And the other picture he posted is what it would look like if you rode a motorcycle across the bridge and looked down. They close the bridge when it's too windy. People walk the length of the bridge during Memorial Day. They close the bridge so people can walk it. Is it Memorial Day or Labor Day? I can't remember. One of those.
I believe that's pronounced memorial.
No, it's not. I believe you're incorrect.
All right.
It's definitely on my bucket list.
Well, we're coming up on our hour here. Does anyone have any last questions about our products or would like support on anything or anything like that to distract us from our ramblings and musings?
Oh, actually, I'm dyeing my hair for like the colors of the Northern Lights. I forgot. Okay.
Right now?
Yes, right this minute.
RTM Tech says, no further questions. You could say, Your Honor, I wouldn't be offended.
Mhm.
And Ryan says, Q. After O. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. And Brian has a question that he sent in at the very last minute. If we have the customer email on DSS, how can we remove that after deployment? So how can they remove the email setup after deployment? I believe you can use the config light. Can't you, Nick?
DSport suite.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Just go in and edit the template so that they that it unchecks the client. Yeah. So you uncheck it so that the client doesn't receive the email. Then you upload that and or you apply it to your client ID and then you upload your client IDs to the FTP, and then it will go out. Feed's still here. I'm watching it. And you're right, Ryan. I did ask, so it's not a problem. I stopped my exit speech for it. So if the feed dropped, are you still watching? Okay, I'll repeat it. Don't worry. So basically, once you've deployed it, you'll go into that template and edit the template so that the client doesn't receive emails. Save and close that template. Apply the template to the user ID for that client, and then upload it to the FTP. And then from there, as long as you had it set so that it checks for updates, then it will update to that new template. So that should handle it. If you don't have that set, then you probably want to redeploy it so that that is set. And then you can easily change the settings on there. And Phoenix said if anyone has any questions about Feral hosting for a Seedbox or a VPN host box setup, if you want to do that, or just a VPS, virtual private server, if you wanted that, he said you could feel free to PM him, and that should be it. Awesome. Ryan has DSS installed on about 100 computers as of right now. Very nice.
Sweet. Is charging for those, or is that a? I don't know what. Obviously, it is, but I don't know what that's. How many? You say?
About 100.
And did he just start? Did he just get it? Awesome.
He's been recently getting into it, he said, and he wants to provide more value with it. Oh, so Feral Hosting doesn't have VPS servers, it's just shared hosting. But it's just not a dedicated VPS, it's still a VPS, right? Yeah, the shared hosting is still. Still similar VPS setup. And he said, yes, they are all paying. That's awesome. Awesome job. Definitely good recurring revenue for you there, sir. Before we go, let me see if I can find it. There's another one that my friend recommended, and they do have dedicated VPS servers. So, let me de-Googlefy it for you. So here's another one that my friend recommended, and he's been using them for several years, he said, and really likes them in their service. And you can get one either in France, Canada, or the Netherlands. And that one is for their seed boxes, but they also have dedicated servers and things like that. Yep, and there's a subreddit for seed boxes. They have good resellers on there as well. And OVH is way too expensive, he says. This one is Xirvik servers. That was the plan for their seed boxes. They also have dedicated hosting and a VPN service, it looks like. So, all kinds of nice stuff there. All right, well, let's wrap it up for today. We will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. and hope everyone is having a good half of their week and has an even better next half of their week. And don't forget, we're having a sale on Crypto Prevent, 20% off all versions except for the unlimited version, because you get 40% off of the unlimited version. So get it now, get it while it's hot, and get it before prices go up with the Crypto Prevent 8 release. So thanks everyone, and thanks Ryan, Phoenix, RTM Tech, Zombie Worm. Thank all of you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow and into later nethers. All right, Michael.